Hey there, welcome to this month's Real Estate Market Report, giving you all of the information you need about buying and selling homes here in North Texas. Well, we are in the heat of battle here in the hottest part of the year when you're looking to buy or sell a home. Folks with families are looking to get into the new place, sell the old place, get into the new one before the school year starts so they can get their kids registered so that they don't have a disruption of their education as they go through. So we're at the time of year now where everything is going crazy. Just as a reminder on that, if this time of year is when there are most houses on the market, but they're also traditionally the highest price. So if you're the kind of person that really has to find just the right place and you're willing to pay for it, or if you're selling and buying, you're going to get the most at this point, but then you're going to be paying the most as well. If you're looking to get a steal, if you're looking to find a diamond in the rough, then you'll probably want to look around November or December because that's when prices are the lowest. But enough of me talking about this. Let's get right into the numbers now so you can see what it actually looks like. As we go on here, we're looking at the median sales price. This is the last 10 years, so 2014. And what I said here before, if you look at the lowest part in here, it's always January. It doesn't matter. It's always January. That's the lowest price. So people who went under contract in December, they always pay the least in January. And up here, the highest is always May or June. It doesn't matter which year it is. It's always the same. So you can see here in 2021 where things went crazy, where COVID hit and interest rates went down to 2.75% and things went crazy. You can still see the highest is right here, but we had this huge jump 2021. Then we had a little dip here in January. Then another huge jump in 2022. This is right when the market said, we can't sustain this. It's gone crazy. So then we had the biggest dip in history as well, just a few months later. But down to January when it's the cheapest. 2023, what we saw last year, is we've gotten back to a more traditional pattern here. The amount that we appreciate normally in a year is the same as what we had here in 19, roughly 18, 17. It's nearly the same as what we had before. And we are on trend this year to be about the same. You can see here, we may have one more month of appreciating values. But some interesting things on here, we still haven't gotten to the highest that we had in 2022. We're lower than that. And really interesting thing, I don't know if you can read the number here, but $385,000 was the median price for a home in North Texas in 2023, in June and July. Look at this. $385,000 for May this year. So we are exactly the same as the highest last year. So really interesting to say if people keep saying, well, these prices keep going up, they keep going crazy. So far, we haven't actually seen that. And one thing that's interesting is buyers actually have a little more power than they have the last few years. People are going to say it's a seller's market until you get to 6 months of inventory. Well, I think that's kind of nonsense because we never get there in North Texas. We're going to get there at the end. I'll show you what that number looks like at the end. I'm not going to skip to that just yet, but I want to show you why buyers have a little more power. This is days on market, how long it takes for a house to get under contract. So we can see normally in the winter time here, again the slow time, 37 days. This is in 2020 when we didn't know what was going on, 42 days on average. But then in the summer, it gets down low. So 22 days on average, 15 days, 13 days in 2017. And then when things went bonkers in 21 and 22, 6 days on average, 7 days on average. Well, the good news is we're looking here this summer. It's 24 days on average, the median amount of days to sell a house, 24. So that's actually more days than it was prior to COVID. So what that means, houses are selling, it's taking a little bit longer for them to sell. And this is another interesting thing on here. This is percentage of sales price of the asking price that they got to close on it. So up here, when things went crazy, everyone, just the average was, or the median was getting 103%. So there were plenty more that were 10% over, as there were as many that were 10% over as there were 7% under. So here, sellers got a little bit greedy, or they have so far, putting it on a little bit too high, thinking that we're going to get this big jump like we did in 21 and 22, and it is not happening right now. So the average is just below 98% of what they're getting. So that's the amount. So if they were asking $300,000, they were getting $9,000 under that. So just something to consider if you're looking to sell this year. You might not want to aim for the skies because it's going to take you a lot longer to sell, and you're probably still going to have to lower the price a little bit. But let's get into that month's supply that we talked about before. This is the real barometer reading of if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. I have some people, some very seasoned folks that say, unless it's 6 months of inventory, it's not a neutral market. It's going to be a seller's market. I think that's a little bit nonsensical here in North Texas because it never gets there. This is 10 years, and I'm actually going to go ahead and move it back to our max. This is when we hopped into the system in 2023, the current system. Now, it wasn't actually 8.5 months. It was just the new system, so we didn't know how long it was going to take to sell that amount of inventory. But if we look right now, it's 4 months of inventory. So if no other houses came on the market, how long would it take at the current rate to sell everything that's for sale right now? 4 months. That is nearly the highest we've ever been. We had here in 2019 when it went to 4.4, 2018 when it went to 4.1. Other than that, we have more months and the buyers are as strong as they've been, except for those 2 years in here. So buyers, if you're nervous about it, if you're jumping into it and said, look, I just don't know if this is the right time for me. It looks like our sellers are completely in control. It's not the case right now. Well, it's still the case a little bit, but when we compare it to how it's been traditionally, historically here in North Texas, you're not getting taken advantage of as much as you might have been in a growing community as we have. Hey, well, any other questions on this, you can feel free to send me a message on it. But one fun thing coming up here, and I know if you're getting this in the email or if you're following on social media, you've probably seen it already. Howard Group has on our annual pool bash this July 7th from 6:30 to 8:30. It's at the Sun Valley Aquatic Center here in Louisville. We rent the whole place out, so it's a private party for us. Make sure you RSVP. We'll have the link on it. If you didn't get the email about it, you're still invited. This for all of our Howard Group friends, family. If you want to bring your cousins along with you, if you want to bring your nephews with you, you got some grandkids that think and enjoy splashing and eating some tacos, you're going to want to be a part of this. And also, we have a belly flop and a cannonball contest. If you are the winner of that one with completely impartial judges, well, maybe a little partial, you'll get a $50 Amazon gift card. So if you want to be part of that, it is going to be a whole lot of fun. But check it out down below. We'd love to see you there. And as always, this is Ben Howard with Howard Group, and we'll talk to you real soon.